When it gets the older model trucks, mostly the open beds, but in some of the enclosed beds, this WW Engineering oil unit, it's a real simple unit. It came out with the True Green. It's got a small tank here, a large tank back there for your waste. And the reason being is because we use two different oils for, back when we was using ASE oil. One was for the lawn equipment, one was for the pump, or for the trucks. So you have two separate pumps, two hose reels for the new oil. You have an air hose, and then you have another pump for your waste oil. Any part on this machine right here that needs to be replaced, hose reels, pumps, control valves, all of this is replaceable through Imperial, who gets it from Grainger. All you have to do is call Imperial, explain it to the people up there that you have a WW Engineering unit and you need a hose reel. This is an Imperial replacement hose reel here. Pumps are replaceable. Everything you can get through Imperial or Grainger, except for this cap, this sight glass, and this control valve. In the history of the 9 years we've used this control valve's never ever went bad. The only way the caps go bad is if you lose one, which doesn't happen very often. These, on the other hand, get broke easy. They're plastic. They just screw on, especially if you have an open bed truck. Stuff gets thrown in there, knocked in there, these get broke off. You cannot call WW Engineering and get these parts. You have to go through the PDC. Now, PDC will cover your Imperial orders for you. They can get you all of this stuff, or if you call Imperial yourself, you'll just have to explain to her what it is you have. But if you want this piece here, or any of these caps or that valves, you have to go through PDC. The reason being, if you call these people direct, it would take you 2 to 3 months to get these parts. We buy these 20 and 30 at a time, so that when you need one, PDC can just ship it right out to you. We just ordered 24 the other day. So that way it speeds it up for you. You don't have to wait 2 or 3 months for a part. This needs to be on the machine because when this is off, if it's broke off and it rains, that's a direct water line into your tank. So that means you're getting water into your new oil tanks, which is contaminating your oil, and we don't want that. So make sure you keep these caps on so that we don't have those issues. These are an obsolete system. They're going away. Probably within the next year, year and a half, we won't have any more in service. But until then, we have to do the best we can to maintain them and keep them up. The only real issues you'll have with this is on the new oil pumps themselves. We almost never have one go bad. Almost never. On the waste oil pump, that's a different story. They go out every couple years. The reason they go out is this is the feed line hose that you plug in your hose to suck in your oil out of your oil pan. Well, you're out in the field, it's sucking up leaves, trash, sticks, whatever is blowing around out there. So if that pump is a 5 gallon a minute oil pump, if it is not pumping 5 gallons a minute, the first thing you want to do before you buy a new pump is pull these hydraulic quick connects apart, because that's where the debris will collect. If you pull these apart, they'll be full of leaves, gum wrappers, cigarette wrappers, you name it, pig mats, rubber gloves. It'll pick up anything that got blowed into your oil pan. This will stop up first, and then it strains that pump, and that's what burns the pumps up. If it's not pumping 5 gallons a minute, you need to pull these apart and clean them. Now, also, if one of these is leaking, then the same thing. That means it's got debris in it, and that's the reason it won't stop. If you zoom in on this one right here, can you see the debris in it? You see this one here, I took out of a used unit, it's full of trash. So now I'm putting a strain on that pump because this is full of trash. The pumps will go out faster. So if you have one that's not pumping, first thing you would do is pull that coupler apart and clean it. The second thing you can do is this has a metal screen filter in it that does the same thing. It'll collect all the small debris that gets through there. But if you clean this, clean that, and it's still not pumping 5 gallons a minute, then it's too late. The pump's already started wearing out. It's just a rubber diaphragm pump, and they'll wear out quick if you don't maintain them, or these get clogged up and you don't change them quick enough. Then just get a pump. Don't try to rebuild it. Just call Imperial and get a pump. We want you back working as fast as possible. We don't want you to spend a day tearing it apart, cleaning it, and trying to rebuild it. The whole purpose of all of this is to get you servicing other people's trucks to where you don't have to service ours.